Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Men, let me tell you the power of keeping your ego in check. Let me tell you the power. And this is a follow-up what I was talking about yesterday, because remember, I was talking about how women play men. They play to the ego. And well, I was going to go on a tangent, but I said, you know what? Dudes will be commenting on that, so I ain't going to say anything. Y'all don't need to know what I was going to talk about. I was going to go on a total tangent, but I was going to say pageant, thinking something else. But I'm going to tell you what. There are three major ways that keeping your ego in check really helps you. Three major ways, right? Because there's three major ways that you can get in trouble with your ego. Now, let me be clear. Ego is important. The ego is there to protect you, is a defense mechanism, keep you from being in trouble. It means you're looking out for yourself. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a strong ego there. Let me be clear about that. Wait a minute. Let me start this joint up. There's nothing wrong with having a strong ego there to keep you out of trouble. But see, what happens is many men allow their ego to get them in trouble, particularly with women in three different ways. Now, the first one I was talking about yesterday. That thing with how women play a man. See, a smart woman, she is right for their ego. She'll tell that guy whatever. Oh yeah, she'll look him in the eye, knowing she think he average at best, thinking, oh, you so handsome. Or if they have sex, oh, that's the biggest one I've ever seen. And all of that just to get the man to do what she want him to do, to get that money out of him or whatever she need him for. It might be just to drive her around or something, move her furniture or something. They'll say whatever. They'll find something. And all they doing is stroking that ego. And see, a lot of guys want that. They want that. And one thing, if you keep your ego in check, she can't tell you. Like if she tell you how handsome you are, you don't let that go to your head. You just be like, okay, thanks. She tell you how big your dick is, you don't argue. You just say, okay, thanks. Or whatever she tell you, how smart you are, okay, thanks. You don't let that go to your head. You just say thank you and keep it moving. Because she could mean it, or she might not mean it, whatever the case. But you don't let that go to your head. See, that's the key thing. See, a woman can't use your ego against you if you don't let it go to your head. You just say thank you and keep it moving. Like a lot of guys, if a woman tells them how handsome they are, they be like, yeah, I'm handsome. Till they run into that one woman who don't think they handsome, don't got nothing that they want from them, and tell them. Then the guys get fucked up in the head. Or a guy be thinking he all that in the bedroom. But the woman just wanted something. Then he run into that one woman who think he ain't shit in the bedroom. And then he find out, because see, what'll happen is the woman trying to play you, she'll pump your head up. But then when you run into that woman who don't give a fuck about you, she'll break your shit down. But the only reason she was breaking it down because you thought something. Look, there's nothing wrong with putting out your best. See, this is how you deal with that. You just do your best and don't worry about it. And then you realize what I always say. Some women, they think you handsome. Some women think you ain't. Some women think you average at best. Whatever. As long as you good, you can look in the mirror and you feel good about yourself. That's all that matters. See, no matter what the woman says, you worried about yourself. Or even like I said, you get some women, they'll tell a guy, oh, that's the biggest I've seen. Hey, your shit work, it get hard. That's all they need to do. Shoot. And I've said this before, and somebody jumped against me. I said a woman, if she feeling you, she'll clench your pinky. She'll clench. And you know what? I had a commenter one time say, "Nah, no way that's happening." I said, "This motherfucker never been with a woman. Trust me, you been with a woman, shoot, they tighten up. They like you, they will tighten up." Yeah. But I get more into the sex stuff on my Patreon. But anyway, you don't worry about it. Whatever size you got, that's all you need. Because different women, like I said, a woman, if she wants you, I don't give a fuck. She'll tighten up. You don't have to worry about that. So, you know, and whatever it is with you, whatever your height is, whatever, you got to just say, you know what, this is who I am. I'm just going to go with it. Like I did a car video last week, and I was talking about like some of the best couples out there just average looking. They just average looking. They get with each other. You know what? They ain't that tall. They might not be what's considered consensusly good looking, but they happy with each other. Look, one of the things with your ego is you just got to feel good about yourself. Work to feel good about yourself. And see, if you feeling good about yourself, the woman can't do anything, which gets into my next thing. Too many men get fucked up. And I do mean fucked up. That's the only way I can put it. Only way I could say it. Too many men get fucked up because a woman rejects them. Look, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it now. You don't get upset if a woman rejects you. You don't take that shit personally. Because a woman can reject you for numerous reasons. I've said numerous times, I know 3 women who are lesbians, but pretty lesbians. They will be, if you saw them, you will rate them in that very attractive range, 8 to 10 range. In fact, one used to be a stripper. Oh, incidentally, for some of those guys going in there thinking they're getting some of those sex workers, a lot of those strippers are actually lesbian. They just in that position because they like that they can control men. And that gets into some deeper psychological stuff. But if a woman reject you, you don't know why she reject you. You know, don't make you ugly if she reject you. Some women will reject a man if he look too good. Because they will say, he look like he'll be in the mirror more than me. You know, some women will reject you for whatever. You could be a certain height and women still gonna reject you. They can reject you for whatever reason, but see, that ain't necessarily you. You don't know what's up with that woman. You don't know if she even like men. She might have a man. You might, yeah, I mean, you know, maybe she don't like your physicality. Maybe she don't like something about you. Maybe she don't like something about your personality. But see, that's really on her. All you can be is yourself. That's all you can be. If a woman reject you, you can't let that destroy your ego. See, too many guys, because a woman didn't validate them, didn't stroke their ego, they allow a woman rejecting them to fuck with their ego. They be feeling bad about themselves. You get some guys still thinking about, you know, they be in their 40s, 50s, 60s, still thinking about some woman who rejected them in high school. You don't know what the deal was. She could have rejected you for whatever reason. I don't care what it is. You might not have looked good to her friends. Okay, but that's on her. That's on her. And don't even think about it in terms of it's her loss. You don't know what it is. I remember mentioning one time when I was gonna holler at this woman. She was in a local store and she was fine. I was about to say something, but then something said, "Nah, you pull up a bit." And then I saw her husband and children come around the corner. You don't know. You don't know what's up with that woman. You don't know what's going on with her. You cannot take that shit personally. That's the main thing. You cannot take that personally. Because you really don't know what's up with her. You don't know what's up with her. So you can't take that personally. And then the third thing, man, let's be real, and this gets a little deeper. You get some guys, like, they'll want that beautiful woman, not because of who she is, even how beautiful they are to her or what she gonna do. They trying to impress other men. One of the things is a lot of guys get caught up with their egos trying to impress other men. They gonna get that woman just to impress the other man, even though they know they dealt with that woman, talk with them, knowing the personality ain't there, knowing she ain't really down, but they chasing her because if they get her, they thinking it'll impress the other men, and it might, but you know what? Who gives a fuck? Why are you worried about other men? You only worried about where your dick going. Where your dick going. You worry about that woman who is down for your program, who's in cooperation with your operation. You like what you like. Even if a group of men don't like your woman, you walking around with her. As long as you think she alright, as long as she down for you, as long as she's serving your program, that's all you need to worry about. You don't worry about it. You don't let your ego be pumped by trying to impress other guys. Because you think you pumping, you think your ego, you think they like impressed with you. Shoot, behind your back, they probably saying, why she with him? Why she with him? Or they behind your back, they trying to figure out how they gonna get at her. Shit, you don't worry about it. You just worry about yourself. You don't try to impress anybody. You don't get that trophy because you're impressing somebody. Now, ironically, they be doing that like at some high level, some business stuff and all of that. And that's some bullshit. Let me just say that. I understand it, but at the same time, fuck them. And really the type of woman that you're going to get should be down for whatever you down for any motherfucking way. You don't worry about that shit. You don't worry about that shit, because, shoot, you trying to worry about other people. See, don't worry about other people. Don't take it personally if that woman reject you. Don't let that woman, like, run up your ego or pump your ego up. And really, don't let another human being pump your ego up. You gotta be kind of selfish in a way. You gotta feel good about yourself. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna talk from a personal perspective. I've had people try to come at me since I was young. I still kept my head up. Because you don't worry about that next person. You don't worry about trying to impress them. You worry about your own needs. See, your ego is about taking care of yourself. You don't need that woman. You don't need that woman to pump it up. You either want that woman or you don't, no matter what she say. Sure, really, and I've said before in the video, judge a woman by her actions. And even by that sometime. You either want that woman or you don't. Or if she doing some stuff or you get a feeling in your stomach, your gut, that she ain't really good for you, she ain't really down for you, leave her alone. Don't worry about it. See, too many guys out here looking to impress some women. Nah, you do it because you want to. You do it because you have power. And even when you fixing up, you still, I mean, it's understandable if you still want the woman that you want. It ain't nothing wrong with that. But see, be chill off of some woman telling you whatever. Because a woman will read that anyway. And you got some of these players, these acculturated prostitutes, or as the pimp god would call them, acceptable hoes, as Master Yao and Yamache Morris would call them sometimes, demon lovers. You got some women out there. But see, the guys getting caught up because they don't feel good about themselves. See, that's the first thing. You feel good about yourself. Somebody else can't pump you up, no matter what they say, good or bad. Like, good, the most they can do is just confirm for it. If you think you all that and the woman confirm for it, okay. And even then, just say, thank you. Don't let what she's saying go to her head, because as I've said, she has an agenda. It could be good or bad. So you keep control over your own ego. All right, that's one. If a woman rejects you for whatever reason, you don't take that personally, because like I said, you don't know why. Like, I will always use the example of the 3 very attractive lesbian women that I knew. They just weren't feeling men. They just weren't feeling men. And like I said, real cool with them. Real cool with them. In fact, one of them used to, the way she just used men, I just say, damn. Just shook my head. They be driving her around, giving her stuff, hanging around her. I'm like, damn, did you not tell them that you're a lesbian? It's like, yeah, they think they're gonna change me. I'm like, whatever. But if you approach a woman on the street, or you try and talk to a woman someplace, you don't know what her deal is. You don't know what her deal is, whether she got a man, whether she lesbian, whether she just don't want to be bothered at that particular moment. You don't know what it is. And you know what? You don't lose sleep over it. You don't take it personally. Rejection, you don't know. Because, look, let me talk about rejection for a bit. If she reject you, what good would she do for you anyway? What good would she do for you? Because if she reject you, well, shoot, she ain't going to have good sex with you. She ain't going to be in cooperation with your operation. She ain't going to suck your dick. Shoot, she ain't going to make you a ham sandwich. She ain't going to do none of that stuff. So if she reject you, she letting you know right there. In fact, the best, to me, is best if a woman reject you right away. Because then you don't waste your time. You don't waste your time with her. Shout out Alan Roger Curry, may he rest in peace. He talked about time wasters. You don't want a time waster. You know, that was part of his philosophy, his Mode 1 philosophy. You find out right away what she going to do. And you don't get mad at her. See, there's too many men out here, they're looking for validation from some woman. And I can understand on a deeper level why you're looking for validation. We all look for it, but at the same time, you might not get it from that particular woman. Indeed, you look for the woman in your tribe. That's why I always talk about tribe. Find the women who like you. Pimps and players, they'll tell you, like who like you. Find out who. And then you don't have to take that woman just because she like you. You like her back. See, relationships are a two-way street. In fact, it's better if y'all like each other. Those are the best relationships anyway. Those are the best relationships, but she needs to like you. Now, if she rejected you, she's doing it all the way. And then don't be trying to chase after a woman to impress somebody else. You know, that beautiful woman could be a demon behind closed doors. If you get a bad feeling about her, don't try to get with her. In fact, there's plenty of men out there, they might even be married to some woman. Publicly, they look good. Privately, that woman tearing them up. That woman's a bitch. They sleeping in separate bedrooms or something. But some guy dealing with them because it was like she had a fat ass though, or she looked good to these other guys. See, that's another thing. You know, don't try to impress some other men. Only person you need to impress is yourself. You need to impress the man in the mirror. You don't worry about everybody else. You worry about your ego. You get the woman you want. Because I remember there was this woman I was interested in. And on the surface, she looked like she could have been a fat girl. On the surface. She had a flat ass stomach. But she had big breasts. She had big breasts, big old round ass and stuff. Man. Thick old one, but her stomach was flat like an ironing board. But this guy was like, why are you chasing after her? Because I wanted her, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about you. This is my dick. Why are you worried about it? Even if somebody tried to say, well, I wouldn't deal with it. Okay, motherfucker, you don't deal with it then. One less dude I got to worry about in my bad situation with. Shit. That's how you got to be. It's all about your ego. Now, let me just be clear. This ain't saying don't have an ego. The ego is to protect yourself. That's what you use it for. But don't let anybody outside of you pump that shit up. Don't let that woman play, because women, they know that's their weapon. That's their game. Shoot. Like I mentioned, a pimp I knew, may he rest in peace. He said that's what he would train his women on, how to like get out of guy's ego. So you gotta be like, oh, wait a minute. Let me stop there. Let me stop there. Let me pay attention. So a woman telling you whatever, just say thank you. That way you checking your ego. You checking your own ego. You ain't worried about her or whatever she doing. Shit. There's someone always with this motherfucking mirror. Anyway, you just worry about yourself. And then, like I said, don't if a woman reject you, don't let that fuck with your ego. If she don't want you, I don't care how handsome you are, how tall you are, how much you've been engaged in body game, what your style is. Every woman ain't gonna like you no matter what. Shoot, no matter what. I don't care what you look like, what you got. Every woman ain't gonna like you. Ain't nobody out there objective. But you don't lose sleep over it. Because you get some guys, they be like, and I've seen this for decades. They can get all these other women, but then they going crazy over the woman who don't want them. Invariably. And I'm like, whatever. She don't want you, she don't want you. And trust me, I've been there. There's a woman around here, man. I tell her. But she ain't feeling a brother. I'm like, okay. Alright. That don't mean anything wrong with you. She just don't want you. You don't know what she like. What's up with her? Shit. What she got? What's going on? Even if it's just a case of she just ain't physically attracted to you. Okay. Okay. That's all you do is say okay and keep it moving. But keep that ego in check, fellas. Anyway, y'all know on Fridays, I don't be... That's the last car video for the week. I don't be doing anything on weekends and stuff. I don't do anything on weekends. And, check out my... As I always say, check out my Sovereign Man videos on Saturdays, my inspirational stuff on Sundays. Don't hit me with any game questions in the comments on Sundays. I ain't going to answer, okay? Sunday's my peaceful day. Yeah, so don't do any of that, all right? Don't do any of that. So, yeah. So here's the thing. And then, always check out my Patreon. And even like I got 2 Patreons really. I got RomWills, and then I also got Raw Brotherhood. Raw Brotherhood, I got like webinars on there. You got to pay for the webinars though. Let me be clear about that. Webinars on there going back years. Shoot, even got one for Alan Roger Curry, an evening with him. May he rest in peace. So, I mean, look, check all that other stuff out. But remember, man, keep that ego under control, man. Don't put yourself in a position where people outside of you can pump it up. You feel good about yourself, based on yourself. You go inside. Don't let anybody outside of you manipulate it, or you worry about it, or it fuck with your head. All right, you don't worry about that. Keep your own ego under control. All right. So anyway, yeah, have a good weekend, and get in here, give me some vittles. Yeah, it's funny. I'm always buying. I don't buy stuff for the whole week, but that started during the pandemic. Gave me, and I mentioned this before. It gave me an excuse to always go into the store, because if a cop stopped me, I'll say, "Oh, I'm just going to the store." Got me out the house, so I never bought anything for the week, or I kept my fridge full and just kept with the habit. All right. So anyway, that's all I got, and I'll get back with y'all. Peace.